So let's talk about the basic features in the book test. Now the reason that it's best to start here is because you can, in its simplest form, perform absolute miracles with no work whatsoever. You'll instantly be able to do this the moment that you purchase the book test and the book drops through your letterbox. So it uses a mathematical oddity known as the 9 principle, or the multiple of 9 principle. And you're going to know exactly what the spectator's thinking of at any given time because your crib sheet or your bookmark is going to give you the information. So let me give you an idea of how the multiple of 9s principle works and why it's such a genius idea when it's tied to a book test, because I've certainly never seen it before. So this book is exactly 135 pages long. So Dwayne, give me any number from 1 to 135.
47.
So what I do is add 4 and 7, which would give me 11, and that's a double digit, so 1 and 1 equals 2. And I know that on my crib sheet, right where the number 2 is, if I look at the words, it'd be possessions or schoolmate. So what were the page number you said?
47.
So I know that on page 47, possessions or schoolmate's going to be on there. So if I turn to page 47, on the top line, the longest word is the word possessions, and on the bottom line, the longest word is schoolmate. And that's just by simply looking on here at where the number 2 is and just travelling straight across, and it'll give you the 2 words that are on that page. So what you're doing effectively is adding the numbers up, and if it's a double digit, then just adding the double digits up, and it'll tell you the exact words in the sequence you need. So I'll do a couple of examples so you can see. Do you want to give me another page number?
100.
So page 100 is just 1. Because it's 1 plus 0 plus 0, and that's 1. So I know it's university or infrequently. G, do you want to give me a page number?
16.
So that's 1 and 6, which is 7, and that's a single digit, so you don't need to do anything, right? So 1 plus 6. So what you're doing is you're taking 16, you're separating the 2 digits, and you're adding them together. If it's a 3-digit number, you're adding the separate digits together. In that case, 1 and 6 would give me 7, and that's characteristic and microscope. Now on your crib sheet, what you're going to notice that on the left hand side, there's a series of words that are numbered 1 to 7, and on the right hand side, they're numbered 10 down to 18. If you go to number 7 in the list on the left hand side, that's going to be what's at the top of the page, and if you just follow your finger across, directly across, that's whatever word's going to be on the bottom of the page. It's as simple as that. So let me show you how fast you can work this out. Somebody just rapid fire me a random number from 1 to 135.
32.
So that's 5. So I look down at number 5. If I want the word on the top of the page, I stay in the left-hand column. If I want the one in the right, at the bottom of the page, I move to the right-hand column. It's as simple as that. So hopefully you understand why that's important, because it's going to allow you to know exactly what's on any given page. There's only 18 words in total, 9 that are littered on the top lines of the pages and 9 that are littered on the bottom lines of the pages. And all you've got to do is follow that principle I just taught you. So if you don't understand it, play it back.
Show me for the camera as well. Let's see if you can grab one then. So if I went to a page.
Okay, so.
And I'm going to page 78.
So what I do in my head, 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. So I'd know before he opens it, the top line is distributed and rainwater.
Yeah.
And it literally should be distributed and rainwater. I don't know if you can see that on there, but it genuinely is. So as you can see, it's really easy to know exactly what somebody's thinking of, even before they've made their selection, which puts you in a beautiful position. The reason it puts you in a beautiful position is because you can literally have the book test in the book. You say to somebody, there's about 130 something pages in here, give me a random page number.
42.
Okay, so I know that's 6. Perfect, take this. I'll just get rid of that. Now I know exactly what's at the top of the top of that page. I know it's going to be distributed in rainwater again, right? But that's just because it conveniently adds up to that, or coincidentally adds up to that this time. But literally in the action of taking this out, holding it, and I can either throw it down and as I move it off to the side, just look, or I can pick this up as I'm talking. And I can say, right, just open the book, turn it to page, and then as I'm doing this with my hands, and I say, look at the first line and look at the longest word on that line, or go right to the bottom. And as I do that, I just do this and I'm running my finger down to see where the list is. Super easy. Bring this into your line of sight. Don't go like this and go. Literally make it part of the performance. So you've got the book, open it up for me. Now look at the top line, don't look down yet, look at the top line, look at the longest word on the top line, and then take your finger, run it right to the bottom, and then look at the longest line, and then let's say that I've come here, I go down to number 6, and I go, and just run your finger across the bottom line to find the longest word. And I'm literally pretending this is the page and showing them what I want them to do as I'm looking at it, right? It's so easy, and now you know the words, both of them. And then you can give them a choice of either the top line or the bottom. You say, for you, which one do you feel is more interesting? The longest word on the top line or the longest word on the bottom? And then when they give you that choice, you instantly know what it is because you know those 2 words. So it's nice and simple, but there are multiple ways to frame this up. So what I want to do is just talk about the basic presentation and then how you can be playful and moving to the different endings that are being built into this book test. So let's jump into that.